What's up, everybody? Hey, this week's AlgoRANT is brought to you by the Bartle Doo Project. Look, if you like greater fool theory, you're going to love Bartle Doo. You know what I mean? All right? Bartle Doo's what Bitcoin doesn't. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Who wrote that? It's really bad. Wes. Wes wrote that. Thanks, Wes. Under no circumstances should you buy Bartle Doo, all right? Unless you want your wife to leave you. That's it. That's the only reason that you should buy Bartle Doo. She might be like, hey, where did all that money go for? Did you buy that NVIDIA dip? Did you buy that NVIDIA dip? Because chips are the future, honey. And you're like, no, I didn't buy the NVIDIA dip. I mean, come on, with the ETH merge, much of their bottom line was boosted by crypto mining. And now a lot of that's going to disappear, honey. I bought Bartle Doo, which is a shit coin that is making fun of Bitcoin. The only utility, right? The only utility of Bartle Doo is to make Bitcoin sound old and goofy, right? Which is fantastic. And it is funny. Oh, by the way, I feel sort of responsible for Bartle Doo. And do you guys remember this? What my point is that, there's a lot of people in my audience that are a little like, all right, they call, the couple of guys call Bitcoin Bartle Doo coin or something. Have you ever heard this? I think it's kind of funny. I mean, it's a funny thing, Bartle Doo, but they slam it for being old technology or dated, or it's like, and the hit is like, technology moves forward, folks. Like, why are we going to hold on to this antiquated technology? Yeah, remember that? See that look on her face? That was the look of somebody saying, I'm not going to retweet our interview now. Look, I don't know what you should be doing. I know you shouldn't buy Bartle Doo. Like, you definitely don't buy it. Like, don't buy it unless you think, well, I mean, look, I do know these guys, right? I know the guys that created this. They are competent people, and I do not believe them to be scammers. You know where they are. You can go to the Algonauts Discord and scream all you want about how stupid Bartle Doo is. I feel like they've got it pretty evenly distributed. I have some Bartle Doo in my wallet. Folks, this is what we're doing. There's nothing matters anymore. It's all chaos. Chaos is what matters, and that is what we're doing. Go to that website, click on the team link, see who their sponsors are at the bottom. It is a very elite website. Do not buy Bartledue.com. Check out the GitHub, the white paper. Join the Algonauts Discord, because if you aren't having fun, you will have fun there, unless you're upset about people being ridiculous. Go Bartledue. Ah! Hey everybody, welcome to the Recoup. I'm Cooper Daniels, and I'm a guy that knows a little about a lot. And today, it's my algo rant. Let's get into it. Look, we're in the end of times. Just kidding. I check Yahoo News every once in a while, and it is just like, this person's shot, this person's killed, this person's run over. I mean, it's just all just a disaster, right? So, glad you came here to get lifted up. All right, well, look, folks, I mean, Algo is sitting, around where it always sits, around number 31, 34 and a half cents, and 2.4 billion market cap. The TVL is number 19 on DeFi Llama, and it is something like 230 million. Not bad, way ahead of other ones, but we're learning. We've seen Solana recently was, caught manipulating TVL. TVL is a sketchy metric, but I think that Algorand is represented, and we can clearly see that more and more liquidity and more money is being locked into the ecosystem, right? That's what's happening, and that's what we want to happen, don't we? It's been a couple weeks since I did an Algorand, and I've been, popping into some spaces a little more frequently than I used to. I like it. I like doing it. And I hear a lot of people being like, all right, Solana's down, their wallets are being drained, or, something's happened, whatever. Some protocol on Solana, some bridge has been exposed. It's down again. They need to reboot it. And, and then the complaint really is, oh, well, the Algorand community is like dunking on Solana, and that's not going to bring anybody over here by being mean to them and being insulting. And look, I get it. When you are somebody that is talking about that, you are most likely a nice person, or, own Solana. But most likely you're somebody that's like, that's not the way you get people to join you, by insulting them, by laughing at them for losing money and saying, well, you should come over here. And, all of these things. And I mean, look, that is a very normal thing to think, and it's a kind thing to think, and you're needed. You're obviously needed. That opinion is needed, and that approach is needed. I just want to remind everybody, we're on the internet, okay? Trolls exist. And all types of trolls, funny trolls, serious trolls, educated trolls, jerk trolls, dickish trolls, all the trolls exist on the internet. People are going to do what they do, right? I think most people understand that a couple of people in the Algorand community kind of dunking on Solana doesn't define the entire community, for one. But by the way, like, whatever, insult, do whatever you want to do. You got to deal with it, right? I don't believe that we need to be nice. I actually think being kind to a Solana user is about as effective as calling them a dipshit for investing in Solana, right? It's the same. And that brings me to a point that Autumn from the foundation made during a space that I think, participating in recently. And her point was like, look, guys, bringing people over from other chains is great. And we need to be doing that because these are crypto native people. They're the easiest people out there to onboard or whatever to get involved with Algorand, right? Because they already know what they're doing. But she's like, but her point was like, but man, like a Solana maxi is going to be a very difficult sell to bring over. Sure, it might happen and we should try, whatever. It's not about that. But what the foundation sounds like they're focused on is bringing newbies, people that don't know it, outside, all the people, the majority of the people of the world in, rather than trying to grab the 700 people over at somewhere else or whatever, right? And I think that makes a lot of sense. And if you're paying any attention, and I don't believe enough people are talking about it, and that is exactly what the foundation is doing with this ACE program. Do you guys know what Algo ACE is? The Algorand Centers of Excellence. So what Algorand did was start a 50 million blockchain research program. All right. They're funding 10 schools to essentially grow the Algorand ecosystem. And these aren't small little institutions, folks. I mean, Algorand has now announced the 10 schools or research programs that got their grants. So that's what, about 5 million each, I guess, but it's a I don't know how they're distributing it, but it's a $50 million program, right? And you're talking about Carnegie Mellon, UC Berkeley, which is teaming up with the Imperial School of London, and they have created the Berkeley Responsible Decentralized Intelligence Imperial Algorand Center of Excellence. Jesus, BRIAC. And then you have the University of Cape Town, Rome. You have University of Florida, Yale, like the top institutions. So now this is what Algorand's doing. And they're all working on these amazing things, these big things. And this is the quote. We want to raise and nurture diverse, courageous generations of blockchain natives who can create, build, manage, and innovate across geographics. So looks pretty good to me. So that's a fantastic thing. The foundation partnered with Boston University to support African farmers. So it's Boston University, Hello Tractor, and Algorand. And they're basically creating like the Uber for tractors, right? For farmers in Africa. Have you heard this stat? Food production must grow by 60% to feed the world's population by 2050. And Africa is home to 60% of the world's farmable land. And most farmers lack the machinery. They can't even farm the land that they have, and they could. They have to do it individually. They don't have tractors and stuff like that. So what has happened is that they're basically giving farmers access to machinery to farm more land at a much lower price than they would have to before. And then these tractor owners are able to profit off of that, plus get access to a bunch of like services and maintenance and stuff like that. It'll give farmers in Africa the machinery they need to scale up their farming to provide food for the people that are starving. Like, folks, solving real world problems. You know what I mean? What else, folks? I mean, look, these are cool things. They're partnering. There's a long-term vision. State proofs are coming soon. There's a lot of technological upgrades. If you watched my interview with John Woods, the new CTO at the foundation, it's very likely that Algorand and Cardano will partner up at some point in the future. There's just a lot of good stuff happening, and it's just not happening immediately. And, it's easy to look at the world and get really, dejected and not think that anything's going to work out, but I think it will. I believe that we're right. And, look, I also think Bitcoin is also a good position to be in. But I mean, it's just a mess. I'm not going to get into why it's a mess, but did you guys also notice that Algo 5 V2 launched recently? Like, come on, this fully ledger compatible, unlimited amounts of assets, a new web app. It's lower costs, better borrow rates. It's just like, I mean, Algo 5 continues to kill it. That's for sure. We got Decipher in Dubai during the World Cup in the end of November. I'm really hoping to get there. Never been to Dubai, but it would be pretty cool to be in Dubai during the World Cup at the Algorand event. Right now, they're starting to actually tease us with some announcements on what Algorand and World Cup are going to be doing together. We're weeks away from learning about all of these things and all of these technological updates. Me on the Recoop have some incredible people that I'm talking to this week. I'll be talking to W. Sean Ford, the new CEO at Algorand Inc. I'll be talking to Lee Parsons, the CEO of Opulus. I'll be talking to the Wayru Network. I mean, V2 Gowana coming in the next couple of weeks. You have Mostly Friends yielding, the creating a lot of energy in the NFT scene. There's just so much happening, folks. Gecko Fam, Wise Uncles, the hottest thing out there. If you've learned anything from this week's Algo rant, it's don't buy Bartledue. Don't do that, but it's funny, so maybe do it. I don't know. Be careful. I do actually think that these guys want it to succeed. They're not rugging you. Or I don't think they are. Somebody might. Who knows? I mean, I guess if there's LP out there, people could be gobbling up, buying a lot of it, and then who knows? So just be careful. For sure, be careful. Whatever you do about that. Okay. And second, Algorand is planting the seeds. All right. Like, I get it. We want it to pump. I mean, it's at 35 cents. Like, come on. Like, we've been here long enough. I know you guys have been here a long time. I know a lot of you have been here for a long time. You've been watching the show for a while, and we've talked about much better days, right? We've had much better days, the 250, 260, 270 days. You remember those days? Those days are not here right now. It's a 35-cent day, right? Inflation numbers come out tomorrow. I have a feeling that the inflation numbers are going to be good. Shit, I shouldn't say that, right? Who would say that on video the day before it? You know what I mean? But it's still going to be a mess. It's all a mess. It's all a mess. And crypto might be an answer. So the messier it gets, the more bullish I am on things like Algo and Bitcoin, to be frank. That's me, though. And Bartledue, not really. Just remember, if you're a kind person that wants to do outreach in a soft way where you're luring them in, that's amazing and you create a balance. But if you're somebody that's hilarious and likes to insult people, that's also amazing. Just remember, controversy creates attention. Even if it's bad attention, it creates attention. Look at Cardano and Charles Hoskinson. Almost nobody. I mean, so few people like Charles Hoskinson, which makes me like him a little bit more. See how that works? You get it? So that's it, folks. I love it. I love it. And hopefully, a lot of us will be in the Middle East watching the World Cup and from Qatar. Is that how you say it? Qatar? Is it not Qatar? I don't think. I think it's Qatar. Anyways, I think that's where the World Cup is. It's going to be very exciting. We're going to be watching the World Cup. Hopefully, we're going to be able to get some NFTs. Like, we're going to go crazy for those things, right? I want a, what's his name? The American guy. He's good. He's actually in the Premier League. Christian Pulisic. I want his NFT. Can I have his NFT? Algorand, can you send me a Christian Pulisic? And then I'd also like, whoever. I don't care. That's it. That's it. Is there anything else you want me to say? What should I say? It's going to work. And if you want to get rid of your algo, or if you want to get rid of your shrimp, I would love some of your shrimp or your carrot, whatever it is you want to get rid of. You can send it to recoop.algo. So feel free to send algos, goBTC, whatever it is, send it to recoop.algo. So really fun place to send your stuff. Bartle Doo's what Bitcoin doesn't. Real bad. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe. And yeah, do your homework.